Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reduce Holiday Stress. I'm Linda Simon, Director of Fit to Live, and this is a class that took me a while to learn how to do this. So I want to share some tips with you because the holidays are supposed to be joyful, and a lot of times they're just very stressful. A lot of us don't have maybe the best families family gatherings can be painful. And so this class is to give you some tips on how to reduce your holiday stress so you can enjoy it more. And I'm part of Live Young and Leave a Legacy team. That's really what we're about. And so this is a good class, I hope, for everybody. And so let's just begin. So first of all, let's find out what is stress. Stress is the body's reaction to the demands of life. And stressors can be external events that cause an emotional and or physical reaction. And so how well you respond to stress really depends on how well you take care of your body, how you respond in stressful situations, and how you view the world and what you value in it. And so the holidays kind of brings all of this up. So, obstacles happen. And Amy Purdy, she was a silver medalist for the US in the Paralympics. She said, they can stop you or you can get creative. And so I want you to start thinking about the holidays and how to enjoy them and be a little more creative than you've been in the past. I listened to the winner of the Iditarod, and this is a great technique to use to help you be resilient. He said, when life gets difficult, you just ask, what is the next thing I have to do? Don't focus on the difficulty or how far you have to go. Just focus on the next step and then do it. And once you get that done, then ask what is the next step. I think we tend to get overwhelmed because we look at, everything you got to do on your to-do list and everything you got to get done by the holidays. So just, pick one thing that you should do first and focus on that. And when that's done, then just think, okay, what do I have to do next? Because I think that really helps you keep from getting overwhelmed. And don't focus on the end goal, just focus on the next step. And this is a good thing to apply to any part of your life. So people tend to think of stress as just emotional. And actually, I define it in larger terms. I'm a licensed stress management coach. And I think stress is cumulative. And so we have physical stressors, or they can be energizers. So for example, if you're physically fit, it takes less energy to haul your body around and do everyday tasks. And so that actually energizes you by being fit. But if you're not fit, or you have, for example, poor posture, or you have your workstation isn't set up correctly for ergonomics, that adds a lot of physical stress to you, and that takes energy. There's also chemical stressors, or they can be energizers. So good, healthy food actually energizes you. But let's look at what we eat during the holidays. It's not necessarily our best foods. And so that can create more stress. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Then there's mental and emotional stressors or energizers. So a stress could be a family event. It could be all the things you have on your to-do list that are impossible to even try and get done. So what I like people to think about is you can control the total amount of stress in your life. So sometimes you have emotional stressors you can't do anything about. For example, if somebody died, you need to go through the grief process. So when there's times that you're under a lot of emotional stress, then really clean up your physical and chemical stressors. Don't give up exercise, because that helps release some of the stress. And we tend to do that. We kind of let everything go. Really make sure that you're having healthy foods as much as you can during the holidays to help counter the overall stress. And you'll be more effective and better equipped to handle all types of stress. So here's another tip I want you to try. In fact, Thanksgiving is coming up. So why do you want to walk after holiday dinner? One, so we used to do this, my sisters and I. We would, after Thanksgiving, we would put on an exercise video and we would exercise to it. And or just go for a walk, and especially in nature. And here's why you want to do that. It's good for digestion because movement aids the processing and the metabolizing of calories. It's very calming, especially if you're in nature. So if you can get out in the woods, it's even better. And it increases the blood flow to your brain. It also controls your blood sugar, but people don't realize that your blood sugar spikes 1 hour after a meal. So that's the ideal time to walk. So clean up, and then about an hour after you've eaten, go for a walk with your family. You'll sleep better. That's one of the advantages to it. And it actually can strengthen family bonds. The University of Illinois research shows that preteen daughters, when they went for even a 20-minute walk with their moms, they actually had better relationships. So, the holidays, and a lot of us are working, we're trying to get all this done. So here's some tips on exercising on a busy schedule. And I really highly recommend don't let it go because you're busy. Every couple of hours, do exercises to prevent back and neck problems at your desk. That only takes a couple minutes. I mean, it's as simple as placing your hands at the base of your skull and arching back, because that relieves, you're always forward bent to your computer. That helps release that. And sit on a stability ball. That's really helps strengthen your core. And then when you don't have a lot of time, you can do interval training, and you can even do that with walking. You warm up for about 90 seconds, and then you walk, pumping your arms as fast as you can for 20 seconds. And then you slow down and walk moderately for 90 seconds, and then back up as fast as you can for 20 seconds. And you do that up to 8 cycles. And you'll be surprised at how much your heart gets pumping. And so it only takes a very short amount of time to get that impact. So that is something you can do when you're short on time. Another thing, just spontaneously dance around the home. It releases stress. It's burning calories. It's very easy to do it, and just have fun with it. Nobody cares. You're not on TV. And then, another thing you want to try and do is spend 10 to 15 minutes on core, back, arm, and leg strength. I have a very good 15-minute core and back workout on my website, and I can send you the link to that, and it's free. And that'd be a good one to do at least, 3 to 5 times a week. And so you still want to exercise, but when you're short on time, there are ways to do it, that you can do it in shorter amounts of time and still get it in. So let's look about what foods cause inflammation in the body, which is very stressful on the body. Foods that increase inflammation is sugar, wheat, dairy, artificial flavors, and colors. And so what do we eat during the holidays? A lot of sugar, wheat, and dairy. So that is going to increase more inflammation. So if you think about the holidays, what's going on? We're stressed out because we're trying to get everything done. We're partying more than we usually do. We're eating foods that aren't the healthiest for us. Probably have a few more beverages than we usually do. And so we're tired, we're a little bit stressed. So it isn't surprising that people often get the flu in January. We're worn out. So if you can limit, and make some healthier choices throughout the holiday season, you're going to be better off. So foods that you want to eat more of are omega-3 fatty acids. So that's like a salmon. You probably want to take a fish oil supplement. Spices, ginger, turmeric, they all lower inflammation. So you can cook some foods with that. And then you want to have a lot of high antioxidants and also vitamin C, selenium, and vitamin D. So when you're not, out partying and you have control over what you eat, really try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, all different colors. So that's what you want to start with at a holiday gathering. Start with the healthy foods first, kind of start to fill up on those. And you want to always eat a variety of fruits and vegetables every day. And you want to color your plate healthy. So all different colors of the rainbow, really try and get those in. So red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, white, and cruciferous vegetables, which are like the broccoli family, bok choy, cabbage, all of those. Those are foods you want to eat every day. And if you're not doing that, these are the days like I might take a whole foods vitamin. Master's Formula is one that I think is excellent, or drink Ninja Red, which I think is an amazing, amazing food. And so, and it's simple, it's easy. I just drink 2 ounces a day. And Ninja Red is a whole food juice fusion is what I describe it as. It's a superfood. And if you look at the nutritional panel, it has 22 trace minerals, 19 amino acids. It has vitamin B1 and 6, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, has some calcium, potassium. It's 91% of your selenium, which is really important for your immune system. It has iron and zinc, so it's just a powerhouse. And so it's very simple. I just drink 2 ounces a day, and then that I don't even need a a vitamin. And I do try to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, but this is a really high antioxidant superfood. So this is something that's simple, doesn't take any time, and so that might be something you want to consider. Now, if you're low on energy, instead of a lot of the energy drinks that are sold in the marketplace are really junky and they're high in caffeine. This is something I recommend. It's called Ninja Nitro. It's got that whole Ninja Wolfberry in it again with all that great nutritional compounds in there. It gives you healthy, sustained energy without caffeine, so you don't have the jitters. It actually, this and Ninja Red actually improves mental focus and memory, so it's very good for your brain health. It's also very anti-inflammatory. It helps balance your blood sugars. So people who are diabetics can have these. It increases exercise and sports performance. Ninja Red, I have found, is fabulous for exercise recovery. I like to hike, and I've hiked mountains. And I remember hiking up the Grand Canyon, and you get tired. And so, my energy was really starting to flag. I throw a couple packs of the travel packs in my backpack. And when my energy starts to flag, I just drink one of those, and within a couple minutes, I'm fine again. And this also improves your cardiovascular health. So this kind of counterbalances, if you can do this throughout the holidays when you're eating junkier, this helps keep your body healthier. So now let's talk about other types of stress, emotional stress. We just looked at nutrition. So your strategy for that during the holidays is start with the healthier foods at a holiday gathering and then go to the others and then supplement it with high nutrient dense foods like Ninja Red, lots of fruits and vegetables whenever you can. That should be your normal diet, actually. So if you want to transform stress, first thing is you have to notice that you're stressed. And then I want you to focus on your breathing, and I'm going to teach you a couple techniques to help you with this. And then you can shift your emotions. So by focusing on your breathing, that kind of brings your emotions to neutral instead of being on a high level. It's like putting a car in neutral. And then you can choose the emotions that you have or want to have, I should say. So one of the things that I would like you to do, and this is an exercise, and it will be in your handouts, but take the time to do it. First of all, figure out what kind of holiday you want to have and how to create a more joyful one. And so one of the things that I want you to ask yourself is what matters most to you during the holidays. I think we do a lot of things out of habit and tradition. So you need to figure out what's important to you and and then look at what motivates you to do what you do. Maybe you're constantly doing the family gathering that you don't enjoy because that's what you always have done or that's what's expected. So give yourself some time and grace to envision what an ideal holiday season would be like for you, and then start taking some steps towards it. So take the time and figure that out, because if you go into it, you're better equipped to set some boundaries or maybe make some different choices for you. One of the things that we have is obligation overload, and I don't think we have it just during the holidays, but it gets compounded during the holidays. So here's a nice exercise, again, that I recommend that you do. Make a list of the current obligations, activities that you have traditionally done. And in this case, in the holidays, what have you traditionally done? Which ones of those, then go through your list, will not help you create your enjoyable holiday season? And if that's the case, are there ones you can modify to reduce your obligation overload? And look at, are you saying yes simply out of habit, which I think we do, or out of a sense of obligation? If the answer is yes, then drop the commitment. And that includes maybe some family or friend gatherings that are just not enjoyable for you anymore. And another good question to ask is, does the commitment exhaust you rather than energize you? And if you're, if you're willing and able to, are you willing and able to follow through on whatever commitment? If not, say no. And I know this isn't easy. I think it takes some practice, but I think if you do the first activity where you figure out what's important to you, and then figure out why are you doing it. It's just a sense of obligation, but you don't really enjoy it, then I think you can say no to those. And you can just say you're overcommitted. So there's ways to start lowering your obligation overload, and I really think it makes sense to make that a priority. Start really looking at why you do things and start saying no to something. Now, this is something people don't usually talk about in the holidays that often, is we all don't have Hallmark families. And so, that's what makes holidays not so enjoyable. So can you let go of or limit time with toxic people? And here's a thought. I mean, this took me, I will tell you honestly, years, because to let go of some family stuff, family gatherings, because I didn't enjoy them. I mean, they used to be fun, and then I have some family members that are toxic, and they're malignant narcissists, and they're not nice people. So it wasn't fun, or it got worse over the years, I should say. And so it took me a while, but I finally decided, no, I don't have to spend my holidays with these people. And so consider creating your own family with supportive friends, because we don't all have Hallmark families, and so let's stop pretending that we do. And I have a good support network with friends, and a lot of people have a Friendsgiving instead of a family Thanksgiving. Nothing wrong with that. And so when you do have interactions with your family that aren't pleasant, that's when you need to practice self-care. And sometimes I think this has been helpful for me, but there are times you walk away feeling frustrated and angry. So use rituals to release that anger. One of the things I used to do is write a letter to them and say whatever I wanted. It wasn't one I was going to mail to them. And then I would burn it and sprinkle cinnamon over the fire. So it's like I released it, let go, and then I had this wonderful aroma. And so think about this ahead of time. If you're going to spend some holiday time with family members that aren't healthy for you, think about your boundaries ahead of time. And if the conversation starts to be toxic, you get to walk away. It took me years to figure out is I don't have to listen to this. I can walk away. So, I think we can decide what kind of holidays we want, how much time we want to spend with certain family members, or no time at all. And I have literally stopped relationships with certain family members, and I'm just so much happier. Our holidays are really nice and peaceful. So I know this isn't necessarily easy, but it's something for you to think about, that try to create some boundaries around that and what your walk away points are. Okay, so what are some other things that can help release stress rather quickly? Well, your olfactory is where you process smells in your brain, is also in the limbic system where you process emotions. So when you breathe in an aroma, so this is where I think using a pure, authentic, I emphasize that because of quite a few essential oils have some toxic chemicals in them, so you want pure, authentic. If you breathe that in, that will help lower your stress very quickly, like within 2 minutes. And we have a tendency, when we think negative thoughts, we go into a negative spiral. And if we keep thinking those negative thoughts, they actually get hardwired into our brain. And the essential oils help do what we call like a pattern interrupt. It breaks that pattern, and it helps you not go into that downward spiral. So that's another positive reason. So these are some good things. You can also kind of lift the emotional atmosphere in your home by diffusing. It affects everybody, not just you. Or you can just use it yourself. So what are some quick stress techniques? This is one I highly recommend. If you have an essential oil, I recommend that you grab one. I'm going to grab Valor. Valor is good for emotional courage too. It's good for a lot of reasons. And when you know you're going to go into an emotionally charged situation, this is a good one to use. And you just put a drop in your hand. So if you have one, grab it. Whatever, like for me, another really good one is Tranquil, Lavender, Stress Away, Peace and Calming. All of those are really good for me for lowering stress. And just put a drop in your hands and rub it clockwise 3 times. And then I want you to just cup your hands over your nose. And I want you to inhale that wonderful aroma for a slow count of 5. Through your nose. Exhale through your nose for a slow count of 5. Now don't breathe for 5. Inhale. And exhale. Don't breathe for 5. And do that for 3 more breath cycles. Focus only on your breath and that wonderful aroma, nothing else. Continue to breathe like that. And I want you to think of a time that you felt love, care, or appreciation, or being in a special spot in nature. And continue to focus on your breath, that aroma, and recall what it felt like to be in that place. When you felt appreciated or loved. Or for me, the woods is my happy place. So a lot of times I'll use um, an essential oil, pine or northern spruce. It just transports me back. Now notice how you feel. You're calmer. And what this does, it actually lowers your cortisol, which is the hormone your body produces when you're under stress. It'll lower it within 2 minutes. And it actually will help raise your DHEA, which is the hormone that helps keep you young. And this only takes a minute or 2. So when you start noticing you're really under stress, if you have an essential oil, grab it or just focus on your breath and do this technique. It's very quick, but it really helps lower your stress levels. And I'm a licensed stress management coach, and I recommend people do this like 10 times a day, especially when you start, because you're developing a new habit. And instead of allowing your stress levels to get higher and higher, you're stopping them and lowering them. And then you're at a lower level to start. And when you start getting it again, just do the technique again. And it literally only takes a minute or 2. Here's some essential oils that are great to diffuse throughout the house to lift your spirits. Just make sure your oils are pure and therapeutic grade. I'll talk a little bit more about that. These are some good ones that I really like. Evergreen Essence is a combination of different coniferous trees, and I really love that smell myself. Joy is another one. You want to create more joy. Valor, I just use Stress Away. So any of these are very good. Here's another technique called the Great Day Protocol, and it uses 4 blends called Valor, Harmony, Joy, and White Angelica. And I'll just walk you through it. But this is a simple one again, that you just take a drop of Valor. And these were really designed for an emotional response. So you just rub your hands together. And again, you just breathe it in. And just breathe it in for a minute. You have these, try this technique with me. And then you can put a drop on your right wrist, and then you just hold your left wrist on top of your right. And just hold it for a minute. Then there's a blend called Harmony. Doesn't that sound wonderful? And so you just put that on your palm of your left hand. And on this one, just first rub it in and breathe in again. And then what you want to do is you want to rub it on your solar plexus. This way. Just rub it, your solar plexus is down here. It's right up there. There's your solar plexus. And then joy. Who doesn't need more joy in their life? And joy is more of a floral scent. I'm more of a woods person, so I wouldn't say floral is my favorite. I don't dislike it. However, I have noticed when I use this, I am more uplifted. So even if you're not a floral person, it works. And on this one, you're going to drop on your hand, left hand again, rub it, and then you're going to rub it over your heart area. So that is you. And I like to breathe up, breathe in every oil. This is nice. What we're doing is opening up all the energy points here. And last but not least is White Angelica. I love the smell of this. This is what a lot of times I use as a perfume, because perfumes, regular perfumes, are full of toxic chemicals that are really bad for you, your respiratory system, their hormone disruptors. So you really don't want to have regular perfume, but this is absolutely wonderful. So again, you place the White Angelica on your left hand, and notice it only takes, 4 or 5 minutes to do this whole thing. So rub it in, then again, breathe in through your nose. And then you just want to rub it on the top of your head and then down the sides of your body. Imagine this White Angelica as a shield to protect you. So when you know you're going to go in an emotionally charged, encounter, this is a good one to use. And imagine yourself being protected by this shield. And so I love White Angelica. I used to put this on before I'd see my mother-in-law, which she was a little difficult. And so this just helped me stay calm. And I would imagine, for slings and arrows, I would just like bounce off my shield. And so this is a great way to start your day, because it just puts you in a very good place. If you just had a tough time for whatever reason, do it again. This will shift you. out of those negative emotions. So it's called the Great Day Protocol, and it will be in your handout. Another great technique to really help shift your emotions and lower stress is the power of love and appreciation. And Thanksgiving is coming up, so we want to really express gratitude. And actually, Young Living has a blend called Gratitude. And that's, again, when you're feeling feelings of gratitude, it's good to use an essential oil too, because it helps anchor it in, makes those emotions, the positive emotions, more solid with you. So, but love and appreciation is really effective in lowering stress and shifting your emotions to a positive way. And so it's very powerful on your life. So feelings of gratitude directly activate regions in your brain that are neurotransmitters called dopamine. These are happy feelings. It's considered the feel-good hormone. And so it gives you feelings of bliss, euphoria, helps you be more motivated and concentrate. So, gratitude is big in really having, I would say, good, sense of well-being and positive, and it's also good for your brain. It actually changes the brain. So when you shift your focus to something that you're grateful for, then that release of dopamine happens in your brain, and it reinforces a positive cycle. So we're teaching yourself a new habit versus going into a negative downward spiral. And when you choose to focus on the positive, your brain will actually look for reasons and proof for goodness, and to keep that dopamine going. And so it's a positive cycle. So when you start looking for things to be grateful for, your brain will look for more things to be grateful for. So it's instead of a downward loop, it's an upward loop. And so you really want to focus on gratitude. And so here's another activity that I recommend. I do this periodically. In fact, it'd be wise if I did it every day. I go through periods, and like if I start noticing I'm getting a little down or a little negative, then I go back to my gratitude practice. And so this is a 21-day gratitude challenge. This would be a good time of year to do it. For the next 21 days, find time each day to write down 10 things you're grateful for. Now, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to do 10. Do 5, do 3. This is to give yourself some, be gentle with yourself. But, you'll be surprised at how many things you are grateful for. And post them on a mirror or somewhere else where you'll see them each day, or look at them in your journal. And by the end of the challenge, if you do this, you'll have over 200 things you've recognized to be grateful for. So it definitely will shift your emotions, and it makes a big difference in your life. The other technique I want you to focus on is giving yourself grace. Things sometimes don't go the way you want, or you went into a family gathering over the holidays with clear boundaries in your mind, and you just blew it. So what? Life can be unexpected, and we don't also always live up to our expectations. So when you have less than a stellar day, or when you blew it, you intended to not go overeat, but you did, be gentle with yourself. So some steps to teach yourself to give yourself grace, and it helps you with self-acceptance and being kind to yourself, is practice self-praise. Treat your body right, even during the holidays. Take a self-care day when you need to, and soak in a nice bath. Whatever makes you feel good. Go for a walk in the woods, whatever. Take a self-care day. When you're looking good, take a selfie. Feel free to admire it anytime. Consider writing yourself a love letter. All the wonderful things about you. We don't give ourselves enough credit. And if we talk to our friends and family the way we talk to ourselves, sometimes nobody would want to hang out with us. So, consider writing a love letter and start paying attention to all the wonderful things about you. And I think this is key, not necessarily easy sometimes, but stop comparing yourself to others, because that's not giving yourself grace. So one of the things you really do want to practice is self-praise and being gentle with yourself. And that will really make a difference in your stress levels. So happiness is an attitude. We either make ourselves miserable or happy and strong, and the amount of work is the same, according to Francesca. And Stephen Covey, I think this is a good one. Our ultimate freedom is the right and power to decide how anybody or anything outside ourselves will affect us. And I think that's really important. So think about what kind of holidays that you want to have and choose what things that are good for you and let go of the rest. So I talked a little bit about essential oils, and I said they should be pure and authentic. They should also have a very good quality system, because that's what ensures good quality. Everybody claims to have good quality, and I used to train manufacturing companies, help train them on quality systems. So I have pretty high standards, but you should. Anything you put on your body or in your body, whatever company you're looking at should have a really good quality system. When it comes to essential oils, they should, a quality system will look at every step of the manufacturing practice, and it will start with choosing the best seeds. Essential oils are all different. They're different plants. So, I did not want any company that used pesticides because they have a lot of hormone disruptors on their plants. So I didn't want any of that. They had to be organic. They didn't necessarily have to be certified organic. They just had to be organic. And so every plant's different. To get the highest quality oil, you have to harvest them at different times. Like jasmine, which is a wonderful, uplifting essential oil, and it's really good for like when you're going through grief. That needs to be picked very, very early in the morning, like 4 a.m. And some plants have to rest before they become distilled. Others have to go right in the distillery to get the highest quality oil. And then every plant is different. It has a different temperature, length of time, and pressure that needs to be distilled at to get the highest quality oil. And then you need to test that to make sure it's all done that way. And so, and then after it meets all your high standards for quality, then you put it in a bottle and seal it. And the only company that met my quality standards was Young Living. So those are the ones that I recommend, and that I just choose those, and those are the ones I recommend. So you can get those for me. So for me, though, it's very important I vote with my dollar, and I wanted a good quality system that ensures good quality, but an excellent quality system also takes care of the earth. The environment is very important to me. This is our home, this earth, and we can be doing a better job. And so not only did Young Living have the high quality standards for every step of the manufacturing process, they also measured customer service and continuous improvement. And then I'm really impressed because part of their 5-year, part of their quality system that they measure, because they're not serious unless the company's actually measuring it, is a 5-year zero waste goal. And they also measure that all their plants are grown sustainably and they only use sustainable sourcing. So that's really important to me. So that's why, another reason why I recommend them. And so I've been very impressed with them. If I was still doing that training, I would actually use them as an example of how a quality system should be done. So I'm all about, let's get the most bang for our buck. We're all on budget. So I'm going to show you how you can get a 24% discount on anything through Young Living. If you purchase 100 PV, product value, they call that, with your first order, you get 24% discount for the whole year. And to keep it, you only have to purchase $50 the next year. So it's really simple. And if you take that first $100 order and put it on their subscription, then you also get a free product with your order. And if you don't want to spend $100, they also have subscribe to save, which you add any item to subscription. So for example, you could put an like lavender is good for stress or peace and calming or stress away. And you just put it on your order, and you can order it every month or every other month. And you qualify for the 24% discount, even just with one product. So that's a really good program. And with that subscribe to save, you can also earn 10, 20, or 25% of what they call loyalty rewards or credit towards free products. So it's a really good deal. And I have found that they're one-stop shopping for me. They have non-toxic cleaning, non-toxic cosmetics, non-toxic skincare, baby products, animal products, whole food supplements that are really like, that are in the correct ratio and have essential oils. So you get more bang for your buck because that helps absorb the nutrients, but also you have the benefits of the individual oils. So that is a very simple thing. It's very easy to get the discount. And if you have any questions on it, you can just call and contact me. And then they have just, you don't have to do this, but they do have some great starter bundles that are just a really good deal. I love this little owl diffuser for kids, and you have them select an oil. So there's oils to help them go to sleep. Hello. And, really nice oils. And that's a nice bedtime routine. I particularly like the one that has 12 different, it's called the premium kit, 12 different oils in it. And it has a diffuser. It has hand sanitizer in there, spray that you can spray down shopping carts, all that kind of thing. They have a couple of travel packs of the Ninja Red. That is a fabulous deal. That's why I'm just suggesting you might want to check these out because they're a really good deal. That's like $400 a product for $165. It's really a good deal. But you don't have to do that. You can just put one thing on subscription, or you can purchase $100 of product and you get that 24% discount. So it's very easy. Our next class is going to be another fun one for the holidays. It's healthy and yummy holiday treats. Who said that, desserts and healthy, treats can't be healthy and they can still taste wonderful. So I have this incredible fudge recipe that I came up with that I'm really proud of, that everybody thinks is amazing and it's actually healthy. Truffles, pumpkin squares, it's all sorts of things that recipes I can give you. And that is going to be on the 29th. So if you're interested in that, and let me know. So if you want more help, you go to fittolivetetoday.com. I have 6 steps to health, and there's health tips on there, as well as Fit to Live Today on Facebook, or and also on Instagram. If you want to order anything, go to mywl.com/practical health, or contact the person who referred you to this webinar. And I really appreciate people taking the time to see or attend the class, because I know we're all busy. So I give one free wellness coaching session because I think it's better for people to have a plan than to try everything at once, and I can help you design one. And then if you're interested, you can contact me at info@fittolivetetoday.com or call 651-336-4596 and arrange a time for your free coaching. And I can also show you all the different ways to save money. And there's a lot of additional handouts and recipes. So make sure that I have your email. And so just email me at info@fittolivetetoday.com and I will send you out those emails. If you're already registered for it, you'll get those automatically from me. So I hope everybody will practice and take some of these actions, because I think it'll make a difference in your holidays. And they're good techniques that you can use throughout your life and throughout the year. So everybody have a wonderful holiday. Enjoy. Create joy for yourself. Thank you for being here. And I'll stick around for questions.